Okay, it is 6:30, and I will call the Satsuma City Council to order and for our regular meeting of Tuesday, December the 17th, 2024. We're having a little technical difficulty once again with our sound, and we have Mr. Skelton over there trying to help. So hopefully we're not too loud where we're blowing you out, but hopefully we're loud enough that y'all can hear us, and also on the live stream, we've had some difficulties with that. So anyway, welcome tonight. We appreciate all of you coming. We know that here the holidays are on us, so got kind of a small crowd tonight, so maybe we can move forward with our meeting pretty quickly. We would ask that if you got cell phones or anything, to please turn it to either silent or off so it won't disrupt the meeting. All of you know that we always start our meetings with invocation followed by the pledge, and we kind of alternate that around, and tonight Mr. Little has agreed to do it. So if you would, momentarily, we're going to ask you to stand, make sure we remove our hats, and Mr. Little, lead us in invocation, please.
Lord, thank you for the beautiful day you've given us today, Lord. We just ask you blessings on this evening. We just thank you for giving us, Lord, good will to come out and do the things you would have us to do, Lord, to better our city. Just watch over us. We just pray for our first responders, Lord. We just pray for them. You watch over them. Father, just be with our country. Bless us, Lord. Give us where we failed you, and we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Moving on, could I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember Little,
Present.
Councilmember Butler,
Present.
Councilmember Skelton,
Present.
Councilmember Reese, Councilmember Phillips.
Here.
Mayor Barlow.
Here. Please let the record reflect that all the officials are here with the exception of Ms. Reese, also yourself, the city attorney, and various department heads and employees are in attendance. We sent out an agenda last night. We've been trying to get some things ready, so I'm sorry it was kind of late getting it to you last night, but hopefully you had a chance to look over the agenda for tonight. I'm certainly open to any additions or changes if somebody has something that we haven't got enough information from you on and you would like more. But with that being said, if we can approve the agenda, we can keep on going.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Little to approve the agenda as distributed. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed. Okay, we'll move on to next minutes from our regular past meeting of December the 3rd, 2024. You should have gotten an email with that. It's also in the packet of information here. So if y'all want to take one brief second and look over it and scan it, make sure that there's nothing out of order or no misspellings or anything.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from the regular meeting on December the 3rd.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Little this time. It was seconded by Mr. Butler. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to our workshop, which was held a week ago from tonight. It was held on December the 10th here at City Hall. We met for a couple of hours. We had an agenda put out. If y'all would like to look over it, the minutes from the meeting is just behind in the book following our minutes from the regular council meeting. It just kind of gives over the main things, what gives who was here and attending, and the topics that were discussed, road paving, which was all related to the American Rescue allocations, refinancing, and we had Fraser Lanier representatives here to show us some payments and the things that we would need, what the payments would be, and what we were looking to do. We can discuss that further in the meeting if you'd like. Also, we went over what we were going to do for the safety dinner, which was held last Thursday night. tried to update the council on the election calendar, next year being a municipal election year. The water sewer project, we discussed insurance. Could elected officials participate on that? Also, there was some discussion on our dog ordinance and if it is up to date, or do we need to do any changes on that? And also that the fire chief's position is, we have received a list on that. Those were the topics that were discussed. So if y'all, with that,
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the workshop meeting on December the 10th.
Second.
motion was made by Mr. Little, seconded by Mr. Phillips. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving on to recognitions. Here lately, we've had a lot, but tonight we don't have any, so I think that's correct. We'll move on past that to visitors. And I think we have our football coach, Mr. Jordan, I see in the back. Mr. Jordan, I think you have a request, so if you would, please come forward to, just for our records, we ask those approaching to give their name and, Mr.
I'm Rodney Jordan, I'm the head football coach and athletic director at Satsuma High School. I came here this evening to ask that the football team and cheerleaders be able to use the Still Creek Lodge on Monday, February the 10th for our football and cheerleader banquet. And, I would ask that the rent for the facility be forgiven. We've done that the past 2 years and that's worked out well, and we've made sure that things were tidy when we've done, taken care of. And while I'm up here, I'd like to say how much we, football and cheer, and all of our athletic departments appreciate the support that you guys give us over at Satsuma High School.
Okay, thank you.
You want to vote? I'll put that in the motion, Mayor.
I second it.
Okay, on granting the request of Coach Jordan,
Not renting that day, is it?
was a motion made by Mr. Phillips and it was seconded by Mr. Little. Just in case there's any discussion from the council, we have verified that the lodge is available that day and it's not in conflict with anything. So if there's no further discussion, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, congratulations, y'all have it. Keep up the good work. Okay, before we go into our kind of a regular order of business, I would like to tell the rest of you here, we do appreciate y'all coming, and Jeff helped us on a little project, and I appreciate that. Emmett, y'all gave us some good coverage on our parade and the boat parade, and you stayed down there with us most of the day. I seen you at the park and both parades, so thank you for that. And you ladies, so we appreciate that, appreciate what y'all do. Moving on to reports, announcements from the mayor and council. I can kind of run through mine pretty quick because some of you have been probably victimized by this over the last couple of weeks. Seems like we've been here for water board, planning board, council meeting, council workshop about every night for the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I would like to express a sympathy to the families that's lost loved ones here and during this holiday season. Also, Miss Adams being one of them. She was the mother of Miss Squires up here in Northgate, and also Gerald Lucas. Her service is tomorrow, so give the condolences to them. I would like to thank those who participated in everything that we had Saturday a week ago. Our Christmas parade, which was held on the 7th, went very well. We had a good crowd here. So we had our day in the park. The church kind of helped line that up. They did a good job. We had a lot of vendors up there, a lot of people in the park that day. Our night concluded at Steel Creek with a boat parade, and where Santa got off and greeted the kids that was there, and we really had a little bigger crowd than we was anticipating that night. So that went very well, and the whole day did. So for all those that helped here with our Christmas parade, the day in the park, and also the boat parade, some of those guys and a couple of ladies from the condos down there put that together, and so thanks to everyone. Last Thursday night, we held our annual safety/Christmas dinner at Steel Creek Lodge. We had about 100 people to attend that. It was very nice. We appreciate those that helped plan that. Got a lot of compliments on the meal and the door prizes that was given. So hopefully the employees enjoyed that. our workshop last Tuesday night, we covered a lot of topics that night. Some of them are going to follow in the agenda tonight. We tried to include and get in our resolutions everything that the council members or some of the employees had listed that we need to do or that we think we can do. So I'm just going to kind of go real quickly down to number 10, when we're going to come back to in a few minutes. But our night started off with the Fraser Lanier Company looking at our bonds and what we could do to restructure the water board and the city bonds. We're not extending the time out, but we are kind of moving away from variable rates and some of those things that we feel will help us to better prepare for our budget and planning in the future. The Civil Southeast, which is the following ordinance, was going to be 1203. We discussed that. We are looking at trying to make some repairs over on the I-65 service road where we have a lot of complaints. We also have some houses being built down that way. But probably the biggest complaints we've been having on roads are the South Oak and West Oak area. And hopefully the water board, working along with the county, we are going to hopefully get that project started very soon to see some repair and reduce the complaints and problems they're having there. The obligation, which some of these things are very much related, is 1205, and that's the obligation of the American Rescue Plan funds, which I think all of you know we have got to make a move on that tonight. This will be our final meeting of the year. And then the ordinance 563 is the general obligation warrant with United Bank. I think that's for the garbage truck we just purchased, and pretty close to the ones we've done before, so I didn't really notice anything different. But so if y'all got any questions along any of those, please feel free, and hopefully we've answered those questions. This being the last meeting of the year, I would like to thank those that's helped us decorate the City Hall and the Public Safety Building and the other municipal buildings we have, and we've had several compliments. So things have been going pretty good, so hopefully we can have a good, safe Christmas and keep things going. So I do appreciate it, everything that those of you that have worked with us hard have done, and so y'all just have a good, safe Christmas. That's all I have, unless y'all have any questions, which I'll answer at that time. So moving on from the mayor's report, we'll go to public services, and I'll ask Mr. Little what he may have going on.
Mayor, I do have the building inspection report. We are working 9 new permits that we got in last month, 62 building and trade inspections that we done. We looked at two more nuisance complaints. We didn't write any citations. We have 84 active permits. 10 new homes are being built in our area. Also, I did want to mention our Public Works. I wanted to thank them. They are working on those storm drainage problems we was talking about in the road. Right. And we are getting those taken care of, look like. And also the other night, the safety dinner. I just wanted to mention that it was a good time and the food was great. I enjoyed that very much.
Oh, good. Thank you, Mr. Little.
That's all, thanks.
Okay. All right, we appreciate that. We'll move on to public safety. Mr. Butler.
I don't have anything tonight, but the only thing I want to say to the city of Satsuma and for everybody else, I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's Day. And I hope 2025 is going to be the best place for us. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I agree with that. Thanks, Mr. Butler. Moving on to administration, Mr. Skelton.
I just want to echo the sentiments of my two previous partners over here with wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. And does the junior council have anything they need to let us know about or would like to?
I think we're just happy to
Awesome. That's all we have.
Thank you, Jason and Mr. Jones, for your comments there. Ms. Reese is out with Parks tonight. We will discuss a few things that we're hoping to do with some of this money, and we got George here with the information if you'd like to go further in that. But moving from Parks and Rec to Public Works, Mr. Phillips.
Mayor, I have a few things here that I wanted to bring up that we discussed in the workshop the other night that's not on the agenda. The first one was the dog ordinance. We talked about having the city attorney review our ordinance and see what it says about dogs being chained, tethered, the size of their fence, the size fences, because personally, I want to see it where it's illegal to chain a dog in the city of Satsuma. We received a lot of things on Facebook. I've had phone calls about it, and I really think it's humane to chain an animal outside in this cold weather with no place to get. And so were you notified, Jay?
I'll look at it. No, I was not notified, but I
Okay.
will look at it.
It was agreed to notify you, so I presume it's still okay with the
Yes, sir.
council?
I'm glad you done that, Bubba, because I'd forgot, because at our meeting last Tuesday, we said that.
Right.
And I agree with you,
Right.
with everything.
And it's not on the agenda. And the other thing we discussed in the workshop was insurance for the mayor and city council members for the new incoming group after the next election. That's not on the agenda, and it was agreed, and you was go do some checking on it,
That is
Jessica.
still being researched. As of right now, Brittany's still researching it. Council members can, during open enrollment, elect to go into insurance and pay the full amount. We are unsure if the city can pay for the 85% of the insurance. That's the part we're still looking into.
So when do you expect to have an answer?
I'm not sure.
Regarding our dog ordinance, Jay, do you think you would have some time to get back to us by the next meeting on
Yeah, I
what
can
it
look at
is?
it.
We
Do y'all
haven't
want to?
addressed any changes in it in recent years, so it may need to be updated now.
I can't remember. I kind of think it has something in it, but it's minimal on chaining. And if y'all want to upgrade it, we can.
Yes,
It's been a while since I looked at that issue. But do y'all want to, if it doesn't have it, you want something that
We would like
prohibits it?
to update the ordinance where we can address.
It's got some bite to it.
That's why the dogs chained up? I'm just kidding. Just playing, just playing. Bad joke, wrong time.
And as far as the insurance, I don't know if the league or who we'd actually get a ruling on that.
Well, can we have the city attorney research that and give us an answer back?
I think it's
I
going to
think, Jake.
depend on what we, well, I can look at the code, but also it's what your policy allows.
Yeah, so we. So I pulled the ordinances that we have, and with local government, we're just still checking in to see what's, I guess, with ethics, on what we can pay.
We haven't paid it in the past, have we?
They can elect during open enrollment to have insurance,
I
but they
think-
pay the full amount.
Yeah, but I think there's probably a reason we didn't do it before. I think it wasn't available for elected officials to have the full payment.
So I remember when I remember this first came up when the Obamacare stuff first went into effect, that if you had a certain number of employees, which we did at the time, we met the 50-employee threshold, that every employee had to either get insurance or prove that you had it. Well, for me, I've got it through my job, so I had to provide that documentation that says, hey, I've got credible coverage, and opt out of it. But I do recall back then that if you, one of the stipulations were, this was around the 28, 20, early 17, 18, whenever the mandate went into effect of the 50 employee thing, that you had to prove that, or if you took it, you had to pay the full amount that the city taxpayers couldn't pay for your insurance as an elected official.
But that's what we've read so far. And I mean, I can get all the documentation and our ordinances and bring it, but I wanted to look into it a little bit farther.
Maybe that's a question for the Attorney General, I don't know. I mean, it's just hard for me to believe there's no elected officials in the state of Alabama that's unable to get on the insurance program with the cities. I think it's a great I don't need it, and Mr. Butler don't need it. But I really think it's a great benefit to have for people in the future just go run for office.
And they can have it. It's,
They just had to pay 100%.
Yeah, I'd like to know if they can get to be entitled the same as all the other employees. You know, and that's what I'm saying, let's research and find out if we can or not.
Okay, we can work on that one. I can't give you exactly who we can, but we can try to research and get an answer for you on that. Also, I did tell you that I would try to speak with Jay on a couple of matters, and I forgot to mention, I thought I told some of y'all, I think Jay also had an unexpected death in his family and was out of town for several days, so I did want to mention that also, our condolences to you on what you had to face there, so. But okay, that's the best answer I can give you on those two. You got anything else, Mr. Phillips, we want to go?
No, I don't, Mayor, just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, thanks. All right, we've gone through the reports and announcements from the mayor and council. So moving on to number 9 is items for discussion and/or consideration, and that is the payment of our bills.
I make a motion, we pay our bills in the amount of $65,618.69.
Okay, a motion was made by Mr. Skelton and seconded by Mr. Butler to pay the bills in the amount of $65,618.69. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving on to B, discussion and consideration of purchasing an ad from the Satsuma High School tennis team. The amount of the ad is $200.
So moved.
Mr. Skelton has made a motion.
Second.
Mr. Little has seconded Mr. Skelton's motion to purchase the ad, and that's going to be a ad in the, for call or for school? What? To purchase a school ad for the Satsuma tennis team in the amount of $200. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All righty. Moving to 10, resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. In the back, we've got the ordinances. We've tried to word them closely to our discussions that we have had. And so ordinance 2412-12, well, 24-12-02, and this is a resolution approving the Fraser Lanier Company for general obligation warrants on behalf of the city of Satsuma. And that has been the discussions that David and Bob Young have been with us on. And the,
I'll put that in the motion, Mayor.
Second.
on a motion made by Mr. Phillips and seconded by Mr. Skelton, we'll put resolution 2024-1202 up for immediate adoption tonight. We will have to suspend the rules and put it up.
I don't think you do for a resolution, do you?
You don't, but y'all always do. If it's not for permanent
We got
permanent
several.
effect, you
So-
don't have to do that. If it's not
We
something
do
that's,
one motion to put all the resolutions up for immediate adoption tonight because they have been discussed at workshops. We've been trying to get the wording and the projects identified.
the problem, putting them all in one is if somebody wants to vote against one, then.
No, I'm just saying, make a motion to suspend the rules and put all of these up to vote on, and then call them one by one. So vote on 12:02, and then vote on 12:03.
The problem with doing that is, as long as y'all are, if somebody doesn't want to put them up for, one of them up for immediate adoption tonight, they can't, they can say no, but then you gotta,
Stop
you
the
got
whole,
it all
every one
in
of them.
one ordinance, and you can't do it like that. I know it's tedious, but it,
Well, we generally suspend the rules when we put something up for immediate adoption, because we didn't introduce it at the last meeting. We did discuss it, we're gonna put these up. Okay, then we'll do a roll call and vote on each one of them. It won't take but a minute to do that. Can I get a motion to suspend the rules and put a resolution 2024-1202 up for immediate adoption?
So moved.
Same two, Mr. Phillips and Mr. Skelton made the motion to suspend the rules and put said resolution up for immediate adoption. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, okay? Now, the same two, Mr. Phillips and Mr.
Mayor,
Skelton.
on this, 03,
But 02, we're gonna vote on 02 before we move to 03,
okay,
I think, so.
I just had a question.
Okay, well, okay, that's what I was asking, can you, on 12-02, you make your motion now to pass
So
it?
moved.
And Mr. Skelton? Okay, a motion and a second by the same two, Mr. Phillips and Mr. Skelton, to put said resolution up for immediate adoption. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed.
You want a roll call on that, Mayor? Or no?
Sure, give us a roll call if you'd like.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember Butler?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Reese? Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to move on to Resolution 24-12-03, which is a resolution to hire Civil Southeast LLC for South Service Road improvements. This is where we are trying to extend the paved area of the I-65 service road where it ends just past South Oak Drive down to past Regina.
Should it say that in, right here instead of just for South Service Road improvements?
That's the name of their project name. On the backside should be a map, but that's just.
Okay, well, that was the question I had. Should we name each thing like the mayor just did?
Well, on the civil southeast side of the road projects over there, they're only doing work on the service road itself. And like I said, this, right here on the civil southeast, if you'll turn it over to the back, it shows the proposed area where the pavement will be extended.
So it doesn't need to say extended just past Regina? Just a
Well,
question.
Okay, well, we're introducing their engineering part, and Jason, you're an engineer, but it shows where they're doing the work on the back, so.
Okay,
I think you got the resolution number that's tied to their proposal and their drawing, so I think you're fine there.
okay. I'll put it in the motion then.
Second?
Well, we're gonna have to make a motion by the same two, Mr. Phillips and Mr. Skelton, to suspend the rules on ordinance 2020, resolution number 2024-12-03. Motion to suspend the rules and put said resolution up for immediate adoption. Motion was made by Mr. Phillips, seconded by Mr. Skelton. So we need a roll call.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember Butler?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Reese? Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Now, the same two, put the, up for immediate adoption. Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Now-
So move.
Second.
Mr. Phillips made a
Mayor,
motion.
I'm sorry, I was reading what the next
All
one
right,
coming
and
up
then
was.
Mr. Skelton seconded again. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Good, maybe we can get some work on those roads moving soon. Resolution 2024-12-04. This is excerpts from the minutes of a regular meeting of the City Council, of the City of Satsuma. And this is regarding the line of credit which the city has maintained with Regions Bank for a number of years. And It's not to use anything, it just has this there in case of emergency funding or what we have. Is there anything that we need to know other than this been in past years? I think it's pretty much exactly what's been in the past, so if the council don't have any problem with us continuing that, we will put this resolution, which is 04, suspend the rules, and if y'all will vote to suspend the rules on this one, we will put this one up for immediate adoption and keep moving. Can I get a
Motion to suspend the rules and put resolution up for immediate adoption.
Second.
This time, Mr. Skelton made the motion and Mr. Little seconded the motion. Can we get a roll call?
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember Butler?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Reese? Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Now, can we get the same two to make the motion to pass said resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Motion once again made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Little to put immediate, resolution 2024-1204 up for immediate adoption. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, the next resolution is a little more of what some of the projects we got going, and some of them are smaller, but it's where we are in our meetings discussing the ARPA funding. City of Satsuma Resolution 2024-12-05. In this, we go from the council at our workshop, we discussed numerous projects the other night. The first, whereas the City of Satsuma has received funding under the American Rescue Plan Act, which we call ARPA, to support community projects and infrastructure improvements. Whereas the city has identified the following projects and expenditures as priorities to enhance the quality of life, improve public infrastructure, and ensure the effective utilization of the ARPA funds. These are listed here in the projects. We are recommending that of the money, $55,000 be given to the Water and Sewer Department, and that will be for the improvements, including but not limited to the repairs, the resurfacing of the damaged streets that were the result of the ongoing water and sewer installation. That is basically where the South Oak, West Oak, back to where it goes into North Oak, where we've had to, where the streets received a lot of damage from the project. So we are working, the water board is with the county, and the county's been really good about that, and we're trying to get that project bid soon. So we agreed to help the water board with that, since that is street roads, street repair. The second item that we discussed is the replacing of the fencing, where we had some damage a couple years ago in one of the storms that took down some of the fencing on the seat and D fields at Wright Park. George has been working to get some bids for the installation of new fencing to replace that. George, you may want to be available in case the council has any discussion, but I think you've got a bid price for the two jobs for $34,600. Is that what you reported? When can they get started on this project? Okay. All right. We're moving on down. Some of these are a little bit smaller projects, but they're things that we really need to do. The library, obviously, that's kind of an older building, and there's been some electrical problems, and the upgrades to the electrical system over there, we've got a bid back in, and the bid was $7,303. Is that correct, George? You think that will solve their issues that they're having?
Yes, sir. There's a lot of corrosion on the old panels. They're really, so when they got so much stuff on, it's drawing to one end or the other, wherever it's needed, everything's blinking on and stuff. So there's some wiring issues right at the panel. Lock as well, so there's some corrosion in there.
They gonna do the outside service or both, inside and outside? So they're gonna replace all the sub panels and the outside service to a 200?
Right, and obviously, some of these things, we will need a little help with. The, down at our shooting range for the police department, y'all know that we had a couple of buildings down there that really had received some damage in the storms and all, and they're no longer there. They would like to have somewhere that they could put some things, that they keep some of the targets, some of the things that are just needed around the range, let me say that. And they've, Troy, you said you found a building for $8,700, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I believe it's just a hair over $8,700.
Can you tell them the size of the building?
It's a 12-foot by 32-foot, wood structure building. Will meet all the needs, thank you, sir, as well. Got multiple prices, comparable to the pricing on the aluminum building, which honestly, you could probably put top line through. You wouldn't have to worry about rot, but I think the wood structure would still last longer without having to worry about leaks.
Is that price and putting power to it also?
That doesn't include putting power to it.
But-
We're getting the price for that now. But there's actually power that's.
I know there's some down there.
Power pole and it's stubbed out, so long as we put it in that same position, it'll probably have minimal cost.
Right, we have checked, the power is good and would support it, what's there. So we plan to put the building back where the others were and just tie into that. Okay, moving on, our guys, I guess, the main one, George, has said he thinks he can take care of our next demolition project of the press boxes, and they have priced getting the equipment that they would need for $2,745, and just let our employees do the taking down of those instead of bidding that out. Thought that was a good price. Obviously, with everything that we do that has the engineering and legal fees that we have to look at on all of the projects, we know that there will be some money, and that left the remaining balance in the account of $1,528. So we have that to cover any fees that might be associated with basically a lawyer or attorney or contract with the company's permitting or anything else that would be required. It's been a lot of work from the city employees. We've actually had to get some projects from some of the companies to get these prices here, and these were the best prices that we could find. We've tried to get prices from different contractors on each job, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who's got the jobs, but those are the projects that were all covered, and that's some street repair and paving, some work at the parks, work at the library, work for public safety at the pistol range. So hopefully we've spread the money out, and I think all of these will be good projects that would help the city for years to come. I hope y'all will feel the same way, because all of you had input on it. So thank all of you for what you've done, like I said, the elected officials and the employees. With that being said, can I get a motion to suspend the rules and put Resolution 2024-12-05 up for immediate adoption?
So moved.
Second.
All right, thank you. Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Butler, to put said resolution up for immediate adoption. So with that being said, can I get a roll call vote?
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember Butler,
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese, Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Mayor Barlow.
Yes. Now, the same two, will y'all make the motion and second to put up the resolution for immediate adoption?
So moved.
Motion once again made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Butler, put said resolution up for immediate adoption. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to ordinance number 563. This is authorizing the issuance of a $454,297 City of Satsuma general obligation warrant And those will be funding of the new garbage truck that we have. And hopefully the kinks have been worked out of it now, and both of them are now running good, so. Mr. Little, you got any questions you want
No, I
to do?
don't. I'll make that
Okay.
motion. We suspend the rules to that also.
Second.
Motion was made to suspend the rules and put said ordinance 563 up for immediate adoption. It was made by Mr. Little. It was seconded by Mr. Skelton. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember Butler?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Reese? Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Now, Mr. Little,
Yeah.
once again, you gentlemen.
Make the motion to, ordinance 563, general obligation warrant 2024 with United Bank.
Second.
Once again, motion was made by Mr. Little. It was seconded by Mr. Skelton to put said resolution up for immediate adoption. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Let it show that all of the resolutions and ordinances, everything passed by a unanimous vote tonight. Thank you. A lot of work. We have gone through all of the items on the agenda. We've covered everything from the meeting and the workshop from last Tuesday night. I think we've got a lot done. Appreciate everybody's work on everything that we've done from the November, December time frame. We hope everybody will have a nice Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And if you gentlemen don't have any other business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Just to remind everyone that City Hall will be closed next Tuesday and Wednesday. 24th and 25th.
It seems like Miss Diane's going to say something about the trash service, so please go ahead. Yeah. We depend on y'all to keep everything picked up, and y'all do a good job. We thought y'all were going to work.
If y'all want to, so, we'll see if you like to. Yes, we do appreciate it too.
Yeah, y'all do a good job.
Our garbage gets picked up on Monday, so it don't matter to me. Hey, mine's on Tuesday. So.
Mine too.
Yeah, that's funny. So yes, you do it, and thank y'all. Now, is there any other business to come before our council? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second, we adjourn. Thank y'all again for everything.